It's a game of rules. There are certain rules that govern this game that we have chosen to play. The game is actually generally referred to as elite's game, but some of us are privileged to have found ourselves in it and we are falling in love with it. So we have no choice than to go and study the rules that govern the game. Otherwise, it can be used against you. It can be used to change you, especially if you don't know your left and your right. When you find yourself in a place where you know that there are rules and regulations, first thing to do is to go and study the rules. I've played this game for over a decade, and I'm here today to study the rule with you, share the rule with you. If you are a new golfer, come sit down, let's discuss golf rules together, get to learn one or two things. If there's a way that you've been shortchanged of this rule, or somebody has told you a particular rule that did not sit down well with you, leave it in the comment section. We'll discuss it, we'll look for the right rule, we'll discuss it, and next time it will not happen again. In the golf course, you're not allowed to wear your cap like this. So though we are not in the golf course, let's do the right thing. Of recent, a competition was played, and I will ask you people over here. I'm not calling out anybody, but I believe the right thing will be done. So I'm asking you, assuming I'm in a flight with you, we are playing a tournament, we have like 3 or 4 balls in our flight. In a particular hole, probably your ball was close to the pin, maybe you chip close, or you've already done your first putt, it's already close. I assume that you've tapped down. Maybe there are sometimes now we'll just get carried away because the putt is this close. We'll just take a walk away, go to the next tee boat, and assume that probably the person was there for 4, this close for 4. You just assume that the person played 5 and right 5. So at the end of the day, you sit down as the marker of the person, you call the person's score hole by hole, and that particular hole you called 5. And the person did not say, no, I missed the putt, I played 6, not 5. And there was a marshal following you people. The marshal took 6 as the score. You signed the person card, you gave the person the score card. They check your score and the person's score. Your score, what you marked, you called the score, the person agreed, the person signed the score, you gave the person. Whosoever that marked you, call your score. Your score is correct. The score that the marshal has for you is correct. And at the end of the day, you submit the card. They found out that that person that you marked, that particular hole, the person played 6 and you marked 5. And they checked the person's score, the score card that the person marked 6 there. Meanwhile, when you called the hole by hole, the person did not correct you. What do you think is the right penalty? I would not want to go into that. I want to leave this question open for you to give me your thoughts. The next time we'll come back and revisit this particular room, this particular situation with our rule book, because I really want to talk about it. But I want to first of all hear from you, hear your thoughts on this particular room. So always read your golf rule. Otherwise, like I said, you will be changed with it. You will be given the wrong rule with it. I have experienced it. So let's go over it. If you are a new golfer, we're starting for the first rule. Number 1. The game, players' conduct and the rules. Purpose of the rule. Rule 1 introduced this central principle of the game. 1. Play the course as you find it and play your ball as it lies. There's an exception in this, but that is what the rule says. But there's an exception if your club or your course has a local rule that says play, prefer lie. That comes into play. Then, play by the rules and in the spirit of the game. No bad belle golf, no wind shotting, no quarreling. Play by the rule in all fairness. You are responsible for applying your own penalties if you breach a rule. Let me take that one again. You are responsible for applying your own penalties if you breach a rule, so that you cannot gain any potential advantage over your opponent in match play or other players in stroke play. I guess we understand the match play and the stroke play. But for those that are not golfers, stroke play is when they calculate every shot that you take on the golf course and total it at the end of the day, remove your handicap. Golfers have something that is called handicap, the number of mistakes you are allowed to play in a golf course. That's handicap. Some people play off handicap 28, some play off handicap 36, some play off handicap 10, thereabouts. So at the end of the day, they calculate the number of shots you took on the golf course, then they subtract your handicap for it. In a stroke play, that's after subtracting your handicap, that score that they get will make you stand a chance of winning or losing a competition. But in a match play, it is me against you, or it is A against B in a particular flight. If you play 4, I play 5, you are one up. You are winning the, you won the, you go to the next one. You play 3, I play 2. It's all square. That means we are even. We'll move to the next one till you get to the 18th one. Then a winner will emerge. If you are having like 3 or 4 holes left and you are already 5 up, there's no point completing the remaining holes. We'll go over this again. So let's continue so that one will not delay us. The game of golf 1.1. Golf is played by striking your ball with a club, and each hole starts from the tee area and ends with your ball ends when your ball is holed on the putting green. You should normally play the course as you find it and play your ball as it lies. You know, I've explained this one earlier. There are some courses that are not so good. They just say, okay, take a we are playing preferred lie. A preferred lie depends on the number of the distance that they tell you to prefer. You pick your ball. Instead of playing where you met the ball, you pick it, you put it to another area where you prefer the ball to be. Not so far, depend on the distance. Some club, they do 1 club length. Why some, like my club, will use 6 inches. You just measure and put your ball around that 6 inches. 1.2, standard of players' conduct. This one is very important in golf. All players are expected to play in the spirit of the game by 1. Acting with integrity. For example, by following the rules, applying all penalties, and being honest in all aspects of play. Not because say they know they look you go there, your ball dey rough, you take practice swing, the ball, you hit the ball move, you know, counter because you feel nobody is seeing you. That is not what they are talking about. Integrity, whether your ball dey rough or you cross go 3 fairway, nobody see you, you will still come back and tell them, I took a shot there. Even when they say, not before you play, you say, no, there was a mistake there. I mistakenly touched my ball. 1+1, that's 5 stroke. That's what they are talking about. Showing consideration to other players. We have suffered from this thing. Me, personally. I don't know why, if from your club, ladies also suffer from it. I think I've traveled and played some tournaments where I also suffer from it. Okay. For example, by playing at a prompt pace, looking out for the safety of others, and not distracting the play of other players. When you know that your flight is slow and there's a free hole ahead of you, for crying out loud, let the set behind you pass. Whether it be male players or female players, if the ladies behind you, they are faster than your flight, allow, and you have a free hole, emphasis on the free hole ahead of you, allow them to pass. Because we've seen situations whereby men are in front of ladies and they have like 3 holes ahead of them that is free, and because they are keeping the ladies are holding that like 3 sets or 4 sets behind them. Allow them to pass so that they will also enjoy your game. By keeping them, you are spoiling their game. You are not relaxed. You're also spoiling your game. That is one aspect of this rule. Then another aspect of it is said by replacing divots. Okay, no, not that one. By playing at a prompt space. Golf is exercise. It's not a fashion parade. Once you're on the course playing, please walk smartly. Especially my ladies, walk smartly. For the elderly, is understandable. But for young people, you are below 60, walk smartly on the course. You see a 70 years old man at times. They are so smart and fast on the course compared to some ladies. Please, let's adhere to this rule. Tomorrow we'll come back and look at 1.3. We've done 1.1 and 1.2 today. Should you check to see whether the committee has adopted a code of conduct, as you could get a penalty if you do not follow it. Always check to see if the committee has a code of conduct. Otherwise, you will be penalized. I think I'm missing one rule here. Taking good care of the course. Yes, this is another important part in golf. Taking good care of the course. For example, by replacing divots. Smoothing bunkers. We have really suffered for this rule. I will come back to this rule again. Smoothing bunkers. Most golfers, I don't want to say lady golfers, most golfers play ball from the bunker and leave the bunker unattended to. Especially when they miss the first shot, they miss the second one, they miss the third shot. They keep playing until the ball comes out, and you leave those spots like that, forgetting the fact that other players are behind you. This is a competition. Their balls might get into that place. And oftentimes when there is hole in the bunker, you find out that is where the ball will go and rest. Because it's not as level as the other places. The ball will be there. Then the person will come and suffer for the same thing that you created. So please, when you play from the bunker and you play your shot on the fairway, you dig divot, endeavor to replace the divot. Then bunker, please, you know bunker is hazard. It's a penalty area. Nobody can take a free relief from there. If you are dropping because the place has been maggoted, let me use that word, the place has been destroyed by other players, you will be dropping for one. It's not a free drop. So let's not necessarily piss people off or make them suffer for our sin. Repairing ball marks. Yes, there's especially this rainy season, you see that often when your ball will just hit the ground, bury itself in the ground. As you unplug the ball, try and replace that. I'm guilty of that, and I will try and start doing that from today. And not unnecessarily damaging the course. Let's try and maintain the course, because it's costing the club management a lot of money to maintain the course. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll come back. We'll be starting from 1.3 tomorrow. Thank you, guys. If you are not following this page and you're a golfer, even if you are not a golfer, you want to play golf, you look forward to playing golf someday, hit the follow button. There are other things we'll talk about in this page. It's not just golf. We talk about family, we talk about other things, but we also discuss golf here. Thank you. Love you. Bye.